Welcome back, everybody, to the Trackmania American Open. We've had a lot of people come in and a few come out. The rounds of 64 have been complete and the round of 32 is about to begin. Now, we have a little bit of spice for you today. We are not on the Carl Jr. server. He's for later. We'll see if someone can compete with him, later on in the day. We have come to something a little bit, down south, I would say, with a lot of the players having here in South America. Now, I'm hosted with someone else, someone incredible called Quantum Deathcat. Would you care to, show yourself?
Well, not really, because we don't have our cameras on, right?
That is true. I forgot about that one.
Yeah, so I can't really show myself, obviously, right? But I do want to say that this server is what we've dubbed the South American server. We have a large amount of South Americans here. A majority of them are actually in here. Sadly, we don't have Charles, but we do have Yuma here. We also have Asmanero, but three other South Americans that we did not see so far: Manox, Radioxo, and Rookie from Brazil, and Uruguay, respectively. We also have Munster, Neil F1, and the second-seeded Tank Rom.
Well, what I want to say is, with the server I don't think the server would have been possible last time we did the Trackmania American Open. There weren't this many Brazils last time, if I remember correctly.
There were a lot of Brazilians, but most of them did go out early on. I will say that there's a lot more in this time around. 6 of them are still alive at this point, and I'm expecting a few of them to stick around for just a little bit, at least until the latter stages of today, right? Maybe we'll see El Pent get all the way to top 16 like he did last year.
Yes. And now, as we're getting closer to the round of 32, then the round of 16, and quarter-finals and semi-finals, as we get closer, the hype will build. You will finally get to see the hype we've been building up at this tournament. We're going to see these players coming out swinging, as they seem to be going into the round soon with 50 seconds left. They're just training the map, which they've already played at the start of today. The map we will be starting on is called Playback. It is by Nats. An incredible map, I have to say, with a lot of transitions, which seem to be the key thing with this map pack as we've been playing this. There's quite a few names to watch out for. Is there any you really want to see do well here, Quantum?
Give me a second.
It's all good. Well, if I had to decide for some of the players, it's Yuma and Asmanero, who were here for the last time we were casting slightly earlier on today. Yuma seemed to have kept fighting against Fegli for first place, so he's definitely a player you should watch out for. We can see if he really brings it back for South America. Maybe he is one of the people we think could compete with Carl Jr. later on in the tournament when they meet. We have other players such as Monster, Rookie, Neil Leaf, a lot of really good players here, even Auto Crusher and Tank. As we get into the first round, as we start the first round, it seems like everybody is close and compact as it only just started. As we get through this, everybody will be slowly going out from each other to be a lot more compact than last time. There seems to be R4 taking the lead, but takes a slight bit of a bonk, so he doesn't get it. MVP seems to be the MVP of this match right now, as he is in a clear command in first place. He seems to be having a nice, joyous ride through this, having a bit of relax, seeing a few players behind him, not worrying too much. He's just making sure that he comes out and states to everyone, I am first. I'm going to stay in front of everyone, as he seems to have good pace onto the next corner. Here comes the identity, seems to be going well. As we go on to the next part, where we have Yuma trying to continue past him. Yuma was first place or second place. He was so close to getting it, so we'll see if he can get it here. But it looks like MVP is going to take it. Yuma in second, Munster in third, Rookie in fourth, Tankrom in fifth. What a good round from these players. A 49.8, a below 50 is a good time on this map.
Very, very good indeed. I want to say MVP is his team. MNX is Manox.
My apologies.
Yes. Don't worry about it. Players don't really tell you, right, where what's the name of their team, what's the name of their player. Sometimes they put their name first, sometimes they put their team name first, right?
Well, and Quantum,
it's always confusing.
I have to say, right, I may have got it wrong, but I think the team have enjoyed their show. It seems like their players doing quite well so far.
Of course.
It seems like Neil had a disconnect. We wait for him.
Yeah.
Are we sure what that's for?
We also knew that Octo Crusher joined in late to server 4, so because he was in our server for just a little bit, and I do believe Yuma also started off a bit late, so we will restart. We'll wait for him to come back. These guys can warm up on now Deimos. We'll probably go back to our old map afterwards to restart the server.
Yes, we're just having a little bit of a relaxing time right now. Now, if I was the player who was in front last time, if I was MNX, I'd be a little bit salty about this, knowing that, you came out first and then, it kind of got stripped away from you. But this player has many rounds to prove that he's meant to stay at the top, so I wouldn't be too worried. We're just following Tankrom as he's just doing a couple laps of the map, trying to get ready, trying to get prepared, as hopefully in the next couple seconds we will start if everything looks good. I don't see anything in chat. Okay.
I don't think we're live right now. I think the players will go, but I'm pretty sure CD will come back in and set up the server as it was once again, or maybe not. We will see as the round goes on here. Manox is in the lead with Tankrom right behind him. Yuma is in third, so a lot of these players are going to be within just 0.1 of a second from each other, right? We're going to have a lot of really good rounds. I'm going to see a lot of GRs in chat. Hopefully I see a lot of GRs in chat, because that's the nice thing to do, right? That's the Canadian way of doing things. You always say a good round if it's a good round, of course, right? And of course you always write good luck, have fun as well before.
Yes, of course, that is what we try and do. Sportsmanship is the key to victory, I like to say. With Tankrom taking first place, Yuma in second, and MNX, I will get that right one day, in third place. Now, guys, I want you to see something. Last time, all we saw was Yuma and Fegley in first. We saw they were fighting for first and second. They were clearly above the game. Yuma hasn't got first once yet. I know we've only played one round, but we've had a couple rounds of practice, and they haven't been able to do it. But it seems like CD has reset. It seems like we've restarted for the third time, but third time's the charm, and it looks like we will be getting into it after this warm-up. 1 minute. Anybody, want to get your snacks, want to take a break, it's right here, right now, as we have a minute until the Trackmania American Open round of 16 begins for us.
Yep. Grab your snaps, get some popcorn, maybe some chips. Wait, what do you guys call chips? So you call them crisps, right?
Hey, crisps, damn right. That's how we do it in the UK. We keep it proud. Crisps are the way to say it, if I have to say anything about it.
Yeah, but you're in the Americas right now, right? It's chips, my man, everywhere, and I think it'd be everywhere, right? Even the South American countries, they wouldn't call them chips, right? Because they call them chips. They'd want to stay as far away from Britain as possible, right? So they say anything other than crisps.
Hey, remember, watch what you're saying here, man. I'm proud of being the UK, okay? Hey, trust me, you start watching the Trackmania UK Open next week. Oh, trust me, you'll see some incredible players. We even have players like Pac there, but it's not that tournament. We're here for Carl Jr. We're here for the American Open. So we're about to begin. Now, I want you to start us off. Give me a bit of the hype, so that we can look forward to later on in this tournament as people get closer together.
So this is the first round, ladies and gentlemen. Don't mind the point scoring on the right side, because that means nothing right now. Tankrom going in really close to the wall. He is really up close and personal with those walls. It allows him to stay in the lead. Manox right behind. Yuma has more speed, going wide off of the exit. On the water pounce, Yuma will take that lead. Radioxo comes out of nowhere, and he's now on the podium positions as well, fighting with Tankrom and Yuma. Yuma in the lead. He's got a small lead for the current moment. Tankrom loses a bit of speed as, that's Radioxo. He's completely out. He's clipped into the wall. MNX, he's in third place now. He retakes that podium position, but he's not going to get second. That is all Yuma's. Tankrom's wins the round. Manox gets third. Neil gets fourth. Rookie gets fifth, and Asmonero gets sixth. Radioxo gets seventh, and no one else can finish.
Quantum. Now that felt like Trackmania America, if I have to say something. But now that had, the pace, the feel I was expecting from this tournament. Before this, I was like, okay, the players are taking it relaxed. It's the round of 64. You don't do too bad and you'll do okay. But no, now these players are coming out fast. Now these players are fighting before. As a Monero, even him going from around 5th or 6th as he ended. He's getting up close. He's getting close there. But Tankrom is taking this. He is tanking all of these points. He's trying to stay first right now. It seems like he has a decisive lead on this map right now with Nil F1 right next to him, and then we have MNX right next to him as Azumanero barely bonks Rookie in the back line with Monster barely in front of him. But Tankrom just seems to understand this map so much better than everyone else, as Neil Leaf and Yuma seem to be fighting for it. Tankrom takes first, Yuma in second, MNX in third, Neil Leaf in fourth. What happened?
Oh, Neil clips. He was in second. Yuma overtook him because of the clip, but Manox just snipes him at the end in the final jump. Oh, it was so close. Oh, I'm so sad you weren't on him.
Oh, sorry. You know, what can we say? Sometimes you didn't want to do this. Azumanero barely bonks at the start. Not the start of the round you would want as we go to Tankrom in first place. With Yuma clipping here, can Tankrom actually get in the lead right now with Nilf right behind him? Tankrom just seems to be so much faster than the rest of these players. He must have put in so many more hours to just understand this map more than everyone else. He may be good on this map, but this doesn't mean he's good at the rest of them, as MNX is getting closely behind him, but seems to have gone slightly off the edge as Tankrom is still in first place. He goes third corner. MNX is catching up right now and barely doesn't make it onto the platform as well as Tankrom as he goes into the next corner. It's looking like Tankrom has a decisive lead in this one, and it looks like he will take this one. So we'll go slightly further behind. It looks like MNX did bonk with Azumanero as well. Tankrom comes first. Nil comes second. Yuma in third. Monster in fourth. Azumanero in fifth. And MNX in sixth. Unlucky bonk. That has quite an important thing there. If MNX and Yuma keep making mistakes like this, Tankrom, a Canadian may I add, as we have Canadian right here with me, you seem to be a bit excited about this, shouldn't you?
I am pretty excited, but I mean, coming out of nowhere, I mean, he is the second seeded player, right? You do understand that he has the only world record currently that isn't Carl Jr.'s. He's in second on every other map.
Now, we could actually say that Tankrom has a good opportunity to beat the one and only, the world champion, Carl Jr.
But it looks like how much bragging rights he would get off of that if he could beat Carl Jr. tomorrow, right? But he needs to get to tomorrow first. Of
course. He needs to make sure that he shows people why he is second place. And no, he doesn't even want to be second place. He wants to be first place. But Yuma doesn't seem to be liking this right now, as Tankrom and Yuma are fighting for first place. But it just seems like Tankrom just has that little bit extra gas in the tank. That little bit extra that these other players don't have right now. But we'll see if it's only this map or even more, as we only have one more round left until we change maps.
One more left, and ladies and gentlemen, you can see Monster has made a comeback after not finishing the first round of Deimos. Monster is still in last, but I mean, look at the point separation, right? From third down to eighth, it's anyone's game, I'd like to say. Tankrom in the big lead, Yuma is in second by quite a bit, but Neil and Manox, they're tied at 96. Radioxo, Azumanero, Rookie, and Monster are only 10 points separated, right? So barely anything separating these players. And top four is what's needed to head into the upper bracket. And if you don't make it, well, then you're in the lower bracket. So right now, everything is there for them to lose. So all these players, they want to get into the upper bracket. They don't want to fall into the lower bracket because it is only 2 losses possible at this rate. Tankrom still gets the lead. He still wins the round over Manox, despite the fact that he clipped. Manox gets second, Yuma gets third, Monster gets fourth, and that's a good comeback from him. And he's now out of the bottom position, tied with Rookie for 7th place, as Azumanero is in last with a DNF.
Did you see Tankrom just take over? Did you see the pace he had at that end? I was mesmerized by that. The way that he was perfectly going to do everything. You could just tell he understood that map in that moment. You could tell that he was like, no, you aren't coming first. It's not happening. I am going to show you why I'm faster than you. He was a solid 0.3, 0.2 seconds behind. And was like, nope, I have the better line. I am going to beat you. But does this mean that he's going to have it on playback? And does this even mean that on that map he may be well, but can he keep up with everyone else? What is the map that he has the world record on, if you remember?
It is Playback.
Oh, now, this is something we have to look out for. Do you think we can maybe even see a new world record from him?
Ooh, very possible. You're looking out for a 49-1 as the world record, a 49-185. And so if he can be, he's the only player with a 48-9-1. So if you're looking out for those 49-1s, he's actually, only 2 players have a 49-2. In fact, Fegley has a 49-2. Even Carl Jr. doesn't have a 49-2 as of yet. So let's see what can be done. If Tankrom can show us that really low 49 pace, I'd love to see it.
Now, Quantum, how many of these players get through to the next round? To the upper bracket and lower bracket?
4 respectively. I do believe everyone stays in from this point on. Oh, no, they don't. Oh.
They don't?
Do they not? No, they don't. They're all in the upper. Okay, so only top 4 make it through to the upper bracket. So top 4 of each server makes it to the upper bracket. So you need top 4.
Now, this makes it so much more important to be in the top 4 right now. You may not have to be first. You may be able to, hold back the pace, and consistency is key. They have to play 25 maps, 25 grueling maps, or grueling rounds on 5 maps. Thank you, to make sure they do this. Consistency is key. And we have people like MNX, Yuma, Tankrom near the front, thinking, are these going to be the place to keep it through? Are these the ones to hold their nerves? They've been through many tournaments before. We got Neil right behind him. Azumanero could even be one of them. Even Munster, rookie. There's so many names, so many players that could be in the top 4. There seems to be a small difference between Tankron, Yuma, MNX, and Nilf. There seems to be a 20-point difference right now.
Yeah. I want to say Tankrom, I do believe he'll stay in, right? He's looking pretty strong. It would take a complete, I'd say like a nuclear disaster for him to not get top 4, even at this rate, right? You got Yuma as well, who's doing pretty well for himself after the first round we had with him, right? I do believe he should be in, and he's been showing up. Mannix, he's been doing well for himself as well, 152 points. Neil is in 4th, and he's really the one to look out for, right? Because if Radioxa gets anywhere near him, or if Monster, Rookie, or Asmanero, right, he could be in trouble. It just depends how much he likes this map, and, well, judging by his position right now, not too much. Yuma in the lead with Mannix in 2nd. Tankrom will get 3rd place unless one of them crashes. In fact, no, he crashes. Yuma will get 3rd because Radioxo gets 2nd. Tankrom will get 5th. Neil gets 4th. That's good for him. Everyone finishes. But Asmanero gets last.
That is massive for Radioxa. This man just jumped up so many points. He's only 19 behind now. He is getting so close to actually catching up and maybe even being in the top 4. You need to be in the top 4, as we keep stating about how important this is as you go into the next round. It looks like Tankrom does have the best line with MNX right behind him. It's looking like Tankrom just is a decisive leader in this. But MNX and Yuma, they do want to fight for this. They want to come as close as possible to him, because they know if they can't even beat Tankrom, how are they ever going to beat Carl Jr.? Right? This is the mini Titan. He is the person that they need to beat before they can even come close to Carl Jr. But Tankrom, he doesn't care about any of this. He wants to make sure he stays in front. As he gets a really nice dirt turn, does he get it as well? Look how close he is to that line. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. As he goes to the bonk, hits it nicely. Tankrom gets a 49.3. 49.7 from MNX. And then we have Yuma, Monster, Nilf, and Azumanero with ReadyX in 7th. And it looks like Rookie did not finish.
49.375. Do you want to know where that stands? With
Please.
Everyone in this entire tournament in the seeding process, a 49.375 would have placed him 5th. That's what he didn't just string around, right? He would have put himself 5th overall, right? Just behind Remark, Uchimas, Tank, Fegley, Carl Jr., and obviously himself. He would have been 5th. He would have been in front of Yuma.
That's insane. In an actual round.
Yeah, in an actual round. So we're going to see a lot of really fast stuff, and Tankrom is bringing it away. I mean, look at how far ahead he is of even Radioxo and Yuma right now. 4/10. Make that 5 very, very soon here, heading into one of the last checkpoints. Oh no, he clips the wall, and that's a Yuma who's going to take the lead. Radioxo in front of him, Neil as well. Neil crashes out. MNX, he'll get right in front, as well as Munster. Tankrom goes from first to last, pretty much.
Absolute
no one else...
shambles from everyone.
Yeah, shambles.
Absolutely. Unlucky to everyone in that round, but still, it was an okay round. It was an okay round. We'll say it was a little bit of a mishap. Even everybody makes a mistake here or there. Yuma was not complaining with that round at all. He was like, hey, you bonk it every day of the week. I will quite happily take my first place from you, Tankrom. But as we get into the next round, Yuma can't always rely on this and needs to consistently keep getting at least first or even second to keep up, because he's only 14 points behind. We keep talking about how good Tankrom is, but Yuma, the one we saw in the last round as well, seems to be keeping the pace as he's first place right now. Consistently.
Consistent.
Yeah, he's really consistent in this. But R4 or Radio seems to be consistent as well, as he's trying to fight his way up, trying to get back into it while he's still 20 points behind. He can still do it in all these maps, but it's super important that he gets it soon, as we're on the final map of this. Looks like Yuma will get first, Tankrom in second, Radiox in third, MNX in fourth, Monster in fifth, Azumnero sixth, Nilf in seventh, and Rookie in eighth. There seems to be a big fight for first, second, and fifth and fourth. These are the places to watch.
Definitely, Neil and Radioxo are pretty close now. Monster was getting relatively close as well. Mannix keeping himself in third. That's really important for him. He got his first place, and he was really happy about that. I think that's an understatement. He kind of wrote in all caps in the chat. He was very, very proud of that first place.
Hey, damn right, you should be. You should be proud to beat anyone of any of these players have got through to the top 16. But beating all of them at the same time, incredible. You should be really proud of that. Now, we are going on to, I would say, one of the more difficult maps on the map pack. We are on to Sky Cloud Expanse by Nickel and Ski Freak. This one has a lot of bobs, a lot of turns, and seems to be, you know, as the name suggests, in the sky. Now, the turn at the end, that is the issue people keep having. It seems to be a thing where they bonk slightly, or they just don't get the correct landing, or maybe not even the right line. So you may see quite a few upsets or even overtakes near the end. So it's definitely the place you should watch out for on this map.
Yeah, especially, I mean, the ending, right? That speed check ending is quite something. I mean,
we love our speed checks.
Loves his speed checks, right? You see a few of them here. You see a lot of the weird little transitions as well, but the speed checks, man, they are something else.
Yes, of course. Well, as we're about to hop into our first round, I am excited to see it. I'm excited to see if anyone's going to bonk or if everybody's going to perfectly do Ski Freak's map and they're going to have the speed for it. And we know these players definitely have the speed, as it seems like somebody bonks out near the start. The usual thing on the Ski Freak map, as Tankrom is taking the decisive lead right now with Yuma, Nilf and Radiox right behind him. It seems like there's a big fight for this. Everybody's coming up close as Radiox barely takes a bonk and gets out. Now we have Nilf and Tankrom, MNX and Yuma, all four of them fighting to stay top four. They want to stay here. They want to not allow anyone near it. They don't care if they take over each other. They just don't want anyone in. These four want to get through. They want to have the chance to get to the finals. Maybe even win the whole thing. These players didn't come here to have a break. They're here to challenge, here to contest, you know, take it away from Carl Jr. as they go on to the next turn. They are nearing the ending. The ending is the hardest part. It's looking like everybody has a good line into it. Tankrom in first place. Nilf, Yuma, and MNX. It looks like Yuma almost sniped him, but Nilf takes second place. What a great round from everyone.
Neil really taking that second place. That's good for him, and that'll really keep him away from that cut line. Because he is on the bubble, right? Being on the bubble is always the worst feeling, right? He's far away from Mannix. He needs to catch up to Mannix. He definitely wants to catch up to Mannix, and he wants Radioxo to go away, right? As well as Monster. If they could catch up to him, that would be pretty scary for him and all of his prospects. For the moment, though, as Monero and Rookie, it's looking a little bit rough for them. Hopefully, they find some good maps. Radioxo, he'll clip and he'll fall into the bottom of the pack. He's in last now. Tankrom and Yuma, once again, side by side. as if they were holding hands down the aisle, man. They just never let each other go. Mannix is in third, Munster is in fourth, and Rookie is in fifth. Tankrom keeping that lead now. He's going a little bit away from Yuma, running away with it. He definitely wants to be in the top 16. And I mean, why wouldn't you want to be, right? Because top 6 is where you start getting in the money, right? You want top 6. You want some money, right? Why wouldn't you want money?
Now, Quantum, who doesn't love a little bit of money? I have to say, you know, it brings up the competition having, you know, a little bit in here. Could you care to explain the prize pool to us?
Oh, of course. Just give me 2 seconds. I'll open up
That is okay.
Server. It's right here, I do believe. Yes, 5th and 6th place get $37.50 each. I mean, that extra 50 cents does make that difference, right? $37.50 for 5th and 6th, $75 for 4th, $112.50 for 3rd, $187.50 for 2nd, and a $300 prize pool straight to Carl Jr.'s bank account. I mean, whoever gets first place.
Quantum, I was about to say, man, you jumped the gun there, all right? You know, we're not telepaths yet, okay? You know, somebody can do this, all right? Don't do that to these players, all right? They've worked hard to be here. Let's give them the respect to know that they have a chance to beat this man. They have a chance. Johnny L, they have a chance. Now, as we go think, Tankrom, Johnny L seems to go past the finish line in first place, as is consistently happening in this thing. Now, Tankrom wants that 300 quid. I want that 300 quid. Maybe I should start practicing. But Tankrom, well done on first place right there. And we're going to the next round. Care to take it?
I will definitely take it, as this is the 4th round of Skycloud Expanse. We have Tankrom right now with a solid 413 points. Yuma is in 2nd. Mannix is in 3rd. Radioxo has overtaken Neil for 4th place. Neil has fallen behind. He is not like this map one bit. Right now, he's in 3rd. Fighting with Mannix. He wants 2nd place. He wants those 30 points. And right behind him is Radioxo. Yuma overtakes Neil, and so that's not too good for him. Rookie finds himself in 7th position right now. Let's see what he can do. Maybe he could overtake. Mannix fighting with Neil, fighting with Yuma. Everyone's wanting those podium positions. They are high-paying positions. 30 points is a lot. Tankrom will take the 35, but who's gonna take the 30? Mannix is in the lead. No, Yuma's in the lead. Who gets 2nd place? It's gonna be Mannix! He gets 2nd, Yuma gets 3rd, Neil gets 4th, Radioxo comes back from the dead, gets 5th position, sniping as Monero, and that is good for Radioxo, keeping his lead from Neil for now, as it's now only a 2-point lead, heading into the last round of Skycloud Expanse.
Did you hear that? 2 points. 2 points is between Radioxo and Nilf. Who will get into the upper bracket and who will not? This is life or death for these players. They want to get through. They want to make it to the next round. They want to, you know, prove to themselves that they can do this. Radioxa has been fighting to try and keep up, while Nilford's been, you know, defending it, as Nilford's barely got it taken away from him. It seems like Nilf is in the lead slightly right now of Radioxa, as he's fighting for 3rd, maybe 4th place, but he seems to have a consistent line. Oh, he perfectly does it. Monster comes out of nowhere. But Nilf, he is fighting. He is trying to get He's trying to get as many points as possible. He's trying to take as far of an outside line as possible, gain as much speed as possible, as he seems to take over. He seems to get 3rd place, as Tankrom is consistently in front with Yuma behind him. But as we continue going slightly backwards, it seems like Nilf is in 4th place. It looks like he will keep it, and he keeps his 4th place, barely not bonking. But Radioxa comes 7th. This is a big deal. There seems to be a 7-point difference, if my maths isn't correct, or isn't wrong. It should be 9 points now.
Is it? Is it?
I think, let's see. Is my maths correct?
It's not. It's 5. Your
oh
maths
my God.
are incorrect.
Oh, guys, it's UK. Math. I swear, British maths. All right. It wasn't me. Math. Blame my teachers.
Blame the underpaid teachers.
Hey, exactly. Maybe they're the ones that need to get the prize money. But how many maps do we have left? Is this our last one?
I do believe that Trackmania is that our last map? No way it is. This has felt too short for it to be the last map.
I don't think it should be.
No, I think we've only played 3 maps so far.
Oh, time flies by, apparently.
Yeah, apparently. Stracciatella is here, but from Exotica and Desca. Well, mostly Desca. A bit of Exotica in there as well. I do believe he made a bit of the decoration, which, I mean, looks very, very nice. Still doesn't look like food.
I was about to say, there was a small pole I could see maybe an ice cream looking thing. If we look at Asmonero right now, right in front of us there, seems like that could be a snow cone, but I'm not too sure. Or what could the dirt be, you know, some chocolate? Who knows? Really could be anything. Exotica really has an eye for beauty, as we can tell with this map. Really, you know, shows off the food. But I don't think we're here to eat. We're here to watch some great gameplay as we're about to get into our first round.
We are here to eat with our eyes, right?
I see.
We are here to eat some wonderful Trackmania that is being beamed straight from our screens into our eyes.
I would agree. Thank you. As we get into the first round, now guys, we see the consistent thing. See the consistent players at the front. Do I need to say it again? Tankrom is in first place, but Radiox is fighting. It seems like this player may understand this map more than we thought before. If Radiox understands this map and does well, he could actually get a considerable lead going into the last map and actually stay top 4. But as I say this, Radiox accidentally bonks. This is so important as Nilf is able to take a lead right now over the top of him. As we go back slightly, we can see that Radiox is slightly behind Nilf as he is 5th or 6th place. I can see with Radiox barely behind him. Looks like Rookie has just bonked as Monero is having a few troubles on this map. Looks like Tankrom will take first place with a good finish with Yuma, MNX, Rookie, Radiox, and Nilf. Nilf and Radiox seem to be right next to each other consistently. If one makes a mistake, the other one will. These people, do you think they're cracking under the pressure of knowing they could go out?
Oh, for sure. And the pressure is high, especially for that 4th and 5th place, right? That's the important part. Manex, Yuma, and Tankrom, I think, are too far in front for Neil and Radioxa to really come in here. Monster is slightly behind. He's 50 points behind them. He could make a comeback, but it would take something incredible for him to do so. Rookie and Asmonero are fighting to not be last. And so, right now, there's plenty of fights to be seen, but really the big fight is between Neil and Radioxo, as, yeah, he's been going pretty strong right now. Everyone's been doing pretty well, but right now, Tankrom is in the lead. Manix actually overtakes him as he clips. Yuma is now in 2nd. Neil is going to get 3rd. Radioxo is in 4th, so they're side by side now. Let's see who's going to get it into the risky finish. Manix, oh, he's going to get it. Yuma gets 2nd. Tankrom overtakes everyone else. Monster gets 4th. Rookie gets 5th, and Radioxo, after a big clip, will get 6th. Neil gets 7th, and are they tied? No, they're only separated by 1 point. 3 rounds left to go, and there's nothing but 1 point separating 4th and 5th. Whoever gets 4th continues on into the upper bracket of the quarterfinals. Whoever gets 5th is out, and they just get to sit on their butt for the rest of the day.
Now, we don't want that for any of these players, but it has to happen to some of them. And I've also heard that I will say Nilf instead of Nilf from a few people in the heavens talking to my ear, so I do apologize for that. I'll start trying to say his name correctly. It's a little bit rusty, but this isn't about me. This is about the players. It looks like Neil, if I say his name correctly this time, in 3rd place right now. We have Tank, Yuma, then Neil in 3rd. It looks like Neil is going for the overtake over Yuma, and it seems to go perfectly correct. But Yuma does have the outside line, which does give him more speed as Monster takes a slight bonk. MNX has the better line over Neil. Is he going to take over? Neil really wants to keep these places. There's only 1 point between this. Every single point matters as he gets 3rd place. And it looks like I don't see him. Where is he? Where's our beautiful man? Radioxa in 8th. That is a big difference. That's a full 14 points difference right now. Or is it 15?
Massive. That is massive. That is heartbreaking. But that time out of Tankrom, yeah, that's the 5th fastest time that he just did.
Oh, the usual. What can we say? It's Tankrom. Hey, we say Tankrom, we think 5th fastest. I'm joking. We see him as one of the fastest.
Man, 5th fastest after the hunt, right? He's 2/10 behind his PB, which is, well, I mean, it's not WR, but it is.
Just look at him.
Close.
He's so fast. You just, the caster curse comes out again.
He's so fast, crashes into the wall and gets a full stop.
Absolutely incredible. He's so fast, MX. We see the pace. We see absolutely everything about him as he bumps. We see the pace of Azumanero. The absolute
Look at him going into the risky finish here. He's totally not going to fail.
Is he making the risky finish? And he does. Azumanero, the words don't even come out my mouth anymore. He comes second. This man may be in 8th, but no. With the caster on his side, Azumanero can get second. People say caster curse isn't a thing, but now we know it's real. Okay, guys? Remember this. If you like someone, you get us to start talking about them. Well, good luck with it. We know who not to talk about, especially these two players fighting.
Just hit me up in DMs, right? I'll talk all about them all day.
I was about to say, start paying us and then we can start talking about them. You know what I'd say?
I'm laughing. I laugh so hard. My stomach hurts, man.
Oh my god, I am so sorry to these players. I do not know what to say. I feel I don't want to talk about them anymore. But sadly, this is what I have.
About someone. Let's talk about Yuma, right? He's been doing pretty well for himself. He's now in 2nd position. In fact, he overtakes Tank Rum. It goes wide. He doesn't gain any speed from it, but at least he retains 2nd position. Will he be able to overtake Tank Rum, though? That is another answer entirely. Between Neil and Radioxo, though, they are really fighting it for 3rd and 4th right now, as MNX actually overtakes Neil, and Radioxo takes over 3rd position. Is that going to be enough? It's 6 points. Wait, is it enough? No, it's not. They're only separated by 1. Oh no, they're separated by 1. One more map left to go. They're 413 and 412 points respectively. Oh no.
Quantum.
Oh no.
This is giving me reminders of the last one. You know, the last time we were together in the last Trackmania American Open. Do you remember how close it was last time? We had finalists. It feels almost like finalists as we come to the last map. These players, it's life or death.
Right.
4th or 5th. That depends if you get to next round or don't. It's super important that these players get through right now. Tankrum is most likely through. If he is, I'll be very surprised. Same with Yuma.
No, he's mathematically through.
There we go.
Mathematically, he is through.
Remember, I have UK maths. Yuma as well. MNX doesn't, but does seem to have a almost 90-point lead on these people. So everyone, you have to vote for Neil or Radiaxar as we go into the final map. This is the map that matters for these players. We have Azumanero, we have Monster, we have Rookie, who have done well, but they're almost 100 points behind. Some miracle has to happen from these players to get them to catch up. So really, in chat, Neil or Radiaxar, who do you want to win? Who's the player you are voting for as we get into the first round? Now, Quantum, hype us up for this. Get us ready for the 1 point difference.
The 1 point difference is going to show up here, ladies and gentlemen. It's for life and death, as Radioxo is actually in the lead as he's overtaken by Yuma, though. He will fall down just a bit as I'm now on to... Oh no, that is bad. He's down in last place. That is Neil who's down in last. He's clipped. And Yuma will take that lead from Tank Rum. And oh no, he's clipped. So Monster is now in 2nd. And Radioxo is in 3rd. This is bad for Neil. He's behind by 2.5 seconds. He's got to hope for some bonks. He's got to hope for some mistakes out of those in front.
Radioxo could be fast.
He's gonna fall down. Radioxo, he could win this round. This would be huge. Let's see it. Let's see it.
Take it.
Radioxo wins.
Monster bonks.
Neil gets 4th, but that's 12 points to the name of Radioxo. That is huge. That's massive. That could mean the entirety of the difference. Radioxo takes back 4th, and he's now 11 points ahead of Neil.
Now, we say pressure can really get to players. Well, it seems to have gone to the players we weren't expecting. Radiaxo is really holding this in his hand, and he's saying, no, I have been fighting from 5th to 4th this whole time, but no, I am keeping this 4th place. He is a full 11 points ahead of him. If he keeps at least close to him, he should be able to keep up. He should be near the front, as Tankrum is in 1st place, MNX in 2nd, Yuma in 3rd, as we have Radiaxo and we have Neil right beside each other. These are the players we are looking for. These are the players we want to see who gets through. Radiaxo is barely in front. It looks like Radiaxa, this is his map. Neil is taking the slightly outside lane, but will this mean he has more pace? It seems like Radiaxa is staying in front of him with Neil behind him. Yuma does seem to have bogged. Looks like he's slow right now, but it looks like Tankron will take first. Radiaxa takes second. I don't even see what happened. Do you know what happened?
I saw what happened. Radiaxo got second because Yuma clipped, and Manix, he fell behind. He just went wide on the last turn to try and stay alive. And because of that, that allowed Radiaxo to get himself fourth, and that's massive. He's now 18 points ahead of Neil. Neil finding himself in fourth. That's good for him, but it's bad that he's fighting himself behind Radiaxo. Radiaxo looking so sharp, so strong right now. He's even in second without anyone else having really crashed out. Yuma finally gets ahead of him, but it's, I think, a little too late here for Neil. He needs to really get back into this, and he needs to win this round, I'm pretty sure, to really make a big difference, because he's in fifth. Oh, and he's out. Radiaxo, he does bonk a bit, but he's not falling down the order. He will lose some time, and Neil is now right behind him. Barely 1/10 separating both of these two, now 2/10. 3/10 as he's crashed out, and Radiaxo gets himself fourth and another 3 points to his name as he cruises away. It's now, listen to this, 21 points that separate Radiaxo and Neil. Neil is letting this slip through his fingers.
Now,
Manix is now obviously through. He's officially through, as Monero, Munster, and Rookie are all officially eliminated. It's now all down to Neil and Radiaxo.
Two more rounds. You better hype up the last one as I get into this one. Radiaxa seems to understand this map. Look at this player. Look at everything he's gone through, from almost getting eliminated to coming back to being one of the best players on this map, if I have to say so. Well, we have Yuma in first, MNX in second, with Radiaxa in fourth. Radiaxa just needs to do a safe line right now. All he needs to do is be consistent. If I was him right now, if I was in his cockpit, I'll be telling him right now, Radiaxa, chill out. You got this, okay, man? Just keep it relaxed, keep it calm. As MNX can't handle the pressure and takes an outside line with Yuma in first, and Radiaxa barely gets it for second place. It looks like Neil is in fifth place. Is this even possible anymore for Neil?
Yes, it is. He needs to win because now it's a 31-point difference. Ladies and gentlemen, Neil would need to win with Radiaxo a DNF. That is what is necessary for Neil to stay alive. Tankrom or any other player can ruin it for Neil, but Neil would need to win, and Radiaxo would need a DNF. Right now, Radiaxo is in second position. He has not crashed out on this map just yet. He's been on fire, second, fourth. He's been doing so well for himself, so many points to his name, and there's nothing Neil could really do. But watch as his lead evaporated and is now becoming a massive tower he needs to climb. Halfway through this lap now, Radiaxo, he's still in third position. Yuma is right ahead of him, as well as Tankrom. No one is close behind enough, and go who's in fourth right now. It's Neil, as Radiaxo goes into the finish, and that's it. Neil is eliminated, and now we know our top four: Tankrom, Yuma, Manix, and Radiaxo. What a finish to this map. What a finish to this series and this round. Ladies and gentlemen, the round of 16 is over. Neil, Asmonero, Munster, and Rookie are eliminated. Radiaxo, Manix, Yuma, and Tankrom continue through.
GG to everyone in that game. I have to say, what a pleasure it was to cast that game. So many close fights, so many close battles, and now we have to see if these players are ready, if they're ready for the challenge, the fight that's going to continue. As from the top 16, if I do so remember, are we in the top 16 now?
We are now heading into the top 16. The upper bracket quarterfinals will contain the 16 top players from all four servers that are currently ongoing. So Tankrom, Yuma, Manix, and Radiaxo will find themselves in 4 different servers, fighting off against very likely Carl Jr., Remark Charles, and I don't know who's actually going to find themselves in for the quarterfinals, the upper bracket quarterfinals. Let's see who actually is up there. It's actually over on the Carl Jr. side. I'm not too sure who actually got through, so I can't tell you. Could actually other people tell us what's happened in the other servers? Maybe you guys have been watching other streamers playing through. I can tell you though that in server 3, Fegley, Stokine, Nats, and Hydrofall made it through. Hydrofall made it through over Scotty Pio, Vorgel, Wakio, and Thorburn.
Insane. Absolutely insane this tournament has been so far. So many names that we thought were going to get through, out already.
Yeah.
In the top 32, out. And we haven't even got top 16. Did you see how, there's maybe still a slight gap from the top players and the bottom players, right? That is no more. I promise you, these players from now on are going to be so close to each other, it's going to be hard to call who's going to win. You are going to have everyone so close, and it's going to be so hype, you just have to wait. You have to wait to see these players go against each other. As we will take a small break, if I'm correct, Quantum.
We could wait just a little bit as the other matches might end.
That's fine.
We obviously do want to see and tell the people, obviously, where some people will end up, right? Where the top 16, who the top 16 is.
Quantum, even I want to know, to be honest. Hey, I want to be part of the people. I want to know what players we get to cast, right? It's been so long. It's been so long since I've seen some of these names. Some of these people, I want to see what they've done in the last 6 months. Have these players improved? Have new players risen up? Or have the old ones fallen and crumbled and haven't even got this far yet? This is what I'm hyped for. I want to see what the Trackmania scene has turned into in the last 6 months. Is there going to be a...
right?
Exactly. NA has been the fastest growing region for Trackmania. Give yourself a pat on the back, guys. You did that. All right. This is North American tournament is the place where more people come in, new players come in. And if more new players come in, there could even be a thing where North America is known for being the best region in the world. We may have the French players, we may have the Germans, but you can have more than just Carl Jr. There could be, you already have incredible players.
Yeah,
no French Canadians. Yes. Okay. French Canadians don't count, all right?
So no Tankrom, no Stokine, no Tubes. I get it.
Hey, I'm trying to hype up America, okay? I'm trying to hype up all of America. Okay, come on, man. All right? Be proud of yourselves. Yeah, all of the Americas. Hey, we don't discriminate here. Do you have any new information, though?
I do, maybe? That's the best I could give you. Yes, obviously I do. Let me tell you who's made it through. Charles. You remember Charles from our first match?
I do. I miss him already.
He was eliminated.
No.
6th. Carl Jr. Remark owned Max and Elpent. Remember Elpent? I told you. He came in last, actually. He was in 8th. Coming out of the round of 64 on his server, barely making it through. Well, he did it once again. Was in 8th. Going into the round of 32, he is in 4th. He was ranked 4th, getting out of the round of 32. He's now in the upper bracket quarterfinals, along with Own Max, Remark, and Carl Jr. Obviously, we already know of Tankrom, Yuma, Manix, and Radiaxo. I told you already about Stokine, Fegley, Nats, and Hydrofall. Uchimas, Tubes, Octocrusher, and Kitty have made it through. So Say 892 is out, Joro is out, Aleps is out, and Sanaturtle are all out, ladies and gentlemen. So the 4 servers will be Carl Jr., Nats, Manix, Kitty. Server 2, Tankrom, Uchimas, Remark, and Hydrofall. Fegley, Owned Max, Octocrusher, Radiaxo, and Server 4 will have Tubes, Yuma, Stokine, and Elpent. Oh wow, that Server 4 is looking stacked.
Is it bad I can't decide which one I want to cast? Is it bad that all of these ones seem way too stacked and way too close for me to call? Except for maybe Carl Jr.
I mean, yeah, that Carl Jr. match is looking pretty spicy. What do you guys want? Actually, let's let chat decide. There's 70 of you in here. Which one do you guys want us to watch, right? Do you want server 1 with Carl Jr., Nats, Manix, and Kitty? Do you want server 2 with Tankrom, Uchimas, Remark, and Hydrofall? Do you want server 3 with Fegley, Owned Max, Octocrusher, and Radiaxo? Or do you want server 4 with Tubes, Yuma, Stokine, and Elpent?
Oh, we'll have to wait for the answer. Quantum, yeah. I don't have chat open. I'm going to be surprised, okay? Surprise me with it, right? I'm going to sit here waiting, you know, all the way here in the UK, far away from everybody else in America, but I'm just as hyped as you. I am ready to hear the news of who we get to cast soon.
So, a lot of people, I think it's pretty tight between 1 and 4. Wacko has said server 4. Phil has said server 4. Monster Simply. Oh, that's a lot of ones. A lot of people want to see Carl Jr. and Nats.
That, you could not say that won't be hype. Remember last time the Trackmania American Open? Where did Nats finish?
Nats did finish in 7th.
Yes, but he seems to be a lot more of a new player since I saw him last, I have to say. Carl Jr. versus Nats. This man is looking strong.